Don't do it.
Yeah!
Now, I know even though I told you not to, you're still gonna go look up some other video and try and become a hipster with their cheap tricks. They're not gonna help you at all, trust me. But I guess I can still offer you some advice, just as long as you don't tell anybody, because could you imagine what it would do to my reputation if people found out I was encouraging the hipster population? Rule number 1, deny you're a hipster. Being a hipster inherently means that you're doing something not because it's cool, but because you're cool. To actual hipsters, the word hipster is a dirty word. To them, a hipster is somebody who goes out and copies what hipsters are doing just for the attention of it. Hipsters don't like attention. Neither should you. Now, since you're looking up this video, that means you're not a hipster. So that rule's out the window, so let's just wave that away. That didn't happen. Ignore rule number 1. Actual rule number 1, never be original. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that what hipsters do? Aren't they just original people? No. They take something that used to be cool, and they copy it, and pretend like they're trendsetters, because they're the first ones to copy what used to be cool. Now, since you're not actually a hipster, you can't even do that. Don't just like take from the 90s and do what was cool then and pass it off as now you're a hipster. That's not gonna go well for you. What you need to do is be the first to copy what the trendsetters are doing. Let the actual trendsetters test the waters. That way, if it goes terribly wrong, they're the ones that lose their reputation, not you. Now, this can be dangerous, because if you wait too late to copy what they're doing, then you can get into some trouble, and people will think you're just a wannabe hipster. You want people to think you're one of the trendsetters, that you were a part of this movement, when in reality you just saw the movement happening and you were the first one to jump on the bandwagon. Let's be honest, all hipsters are just bandwagoners. Rule number 2, grow a beard. Now I'm going to step off camera and grow you guys an example. As you can tell, not much facial hair, so I'll be right back with a perfect example of how to grow a hipster beard. Alright.
Yeah!
Not as long as it needs to be, but for a few seconds it'll have to do. Now, most hipster beards, you want it long enough to cover up your ugly face. Now you're probably asking yourself, a full-on hipster beard? How am I supposed to grow that? I'm only in high school after all. How do I know you're in high school? Because you're still caring about social stereotypes. If you're caring about social stereotypes, you're in high school. Trust me. But even a high schooler can still grow a beard. You're asking yourself another question. Does it still count as a beard if it's only on my neck? Who the heck cares? How many of your friends can actually grow cheek hair? Not many. They're all neck beards. So a neck beard will just have to do. Rule number 3. You're going to want to go to the thrift store. Brag about it on Facebook. Heck, you don't even have to go to the thrift store. Just go on Facebook and say, hey, at the thrift store. Your friends will buy it and they'll think you're super hipster. Rule number 4. If you hear your friends talking about something they like, automatically say, I liked it before it was cool. Doesn't matter if you've ever heard about it or not. Just say you liked it before it was cool. They'll buy it. And if they don't, Wikipedia. Use Wikipedia to seem like the most original person in the crowd. You know the most about it, therefore you liked it first. Fact. You can throw some facts in their face. Show them who knows most, and then they'll come off looking like the try-hard, wannabe hipster. Now, rule number 5 is the most important rule. You could probably even say it's the key to being a hipster. What is number 5, you ask? Rule number 5. Be cool. If you're not cool, you just look like that desperate kid trying to get everybody's attention. Now you're asking yourself, isn't that a hipster? They're just trying to be cool so they can get everyone's attention? Yes, but the difference is they already have people's attention, whereas you have no one's attention, so the only attention you're going to get is from people wondering why you're pestering them about liking something that they made cool. Doesn't matter how original you are, how hipster you are, if you're not cool, you're not a hipster. For example, think of the nerd. Back around like 2005 to 2010 time. Being a nerd, hipster. Nerds, not hipster. It doesn't matter if you like something first. Running around screaming at the top of your lungs, guys, I liked that before it was cool. Does not matter if you're not cool. Think of all the cool kids running around saying, oh, I'm the biggest Pokemon fan ever. Compare that with the nerd who broke out all of his super rare expensive holographic cards. He's not cool. Don't fool yourself, he's not cool. His cards are cool, but he's not cool. Now you're asking yourself, but what if I start a trend? Doesn't that automatically make me a hipster? No. Hipsters don't just start trends. They start trends and they look good doing it. Do you look good doing it? No. So give up on being a hipster, because let's face it, you're not a hipster. Yeah!